All right, you're live on YouTube. I don't hear you. Say something. I'm not hearing you. Oh, I heard myself. I don't hear you speaking. It sounds like it's coming from me. Have you? Let me see your computer. Okay, so no, because I have to hit live. All right, you're live now.
guy, and I need you to help me welcome him in the chat. Somebody put HOO in the chat. HOO, sound is low. They said the sound is low, bro. Hey, who? Fix the sound. Bring me up a little bit, bro. Thank you so much. Former educator. In our life. All right, I'm going to do a good introduction. So, good, 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 good. Right? Am I good? Don't get that coffee before 2026 is going to be a problem. Just put that out there. You need to get that coffee. All right, I'm good. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up if I'm good. Thumbs up if I'm good. Make sure. Kelly. Thumbs up if I'm good. Kelly. Kelly, assist me here. Help me, please. Help me, please. Check, check, check. What's up? What's up? All right, I'm gonna take it we good. Didn't say you could. I'm gonna take it we good right now. All right, as I was saying before, I'm gonna introduce you to one of my homies, man. We do this thing together. It's really, really dope. Pretty interesting fella himself, but also, just a mind. One of the smartest people in this tech production space that I've had the privilege of working with. Um, Make sure the audio is picking up on this microphone.
It's coming through.
Not the actual software. Stand by. I'm not gonna bring my dog on to be 100%. Check, 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 check. Shelly Bo, what's good, my guy? Shelly, my dude on the ground doing that work. That's what's up. I am athlete on the ground in New Orleans, not New Orleans, as I would say, but it's New Orleans, right? Yeah, man, we in the stew holding it down. We done flipped around everything. You know what I'm saying? Got this thing back, y'all. Song back in the day. Those other same. I can't remember. I hope y'all get better. I don't want to all there really, Mike. So we here right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat, drop some fire. Matter of fact, if there's an owl in the chat, I'm not even sure. Yeah. My dog, my my homie, partner. I would say crime, but in y'all, y'all. What up? Hey, you know, I've been doing this thing since out the gate myself, man. Hundreds. Been doing this. Um, I work with a ton of people, bro. Atmospheres with you. We've shared our story over the past several months. I know you've been around stuff. You got to creativity in high school. You know what I'm saying? Just learning a little bit about the craft, some stuff, and work with some great people. So yeah. So, but yeah, no. How'd you? Let me interview. Get to, I'm a producer, but let me just everything. How did you get production? Thing? Right? Oh, just from high school. No, like, real no. Poor. I mean, I with friends. Yeah. Miami-Dade school system. Shouts out to. Still love you, North, but it wasn't as conducive influencing me. Yeah. So that's why it kind of didn't benefit through. And I always had people over my shoulder.
great I was at it, but I never leaned into it. I ended up around 20.
Hold on. You found your niche at 23. Somebody's trying to crack. This boy said, built to ball. Guy. Guy.
Hey,
do it.
Hey, guy.
You do it.
Guy. Don't let us call the ball.
Don't make us do it. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. So around 23, I was at work.
Gotcha.
And
That's not real deal. Yeah. That's funny. Yo, if y'all hear the behind the scenes, how we talk to each other all day and movie references, a bunch of younger guys, right? Talented, super creators. Like Shelly, you know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood and all the rest of these gang of creators. Yeah. But we make movie references all day. We speak a different language in our job.
it's about 15 days.
I grew up on Days of Baha'is right there. Anyways, everybody in this line of work, the production, the creation stuff, who is your inspiration to eat? Obviously, you have Jamaican descent, right? Chinese Jamaican descent, right? His real last name is Who, H-O-O. Never mind. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Don't mind because I forgot. So, my right arm's got tats. Ironic, but cool.
I would say he was the director of Seven. That crazy movie. By that, and then I think it led. Actors, I would say it was always Denzel. Denzel was always an inspiration. He made great movies, iconic. You know what I mean? Influential.
Yeah.
Throughout. Yeah. And then one of the big reasons why they're growing up in Miami, I felt like, yeah, Miami does have a predominantly Latin culture. Like I felt like a lot of Latin told. So my community, I realized we had stories. So for me, I want that out. So growing all that adversity.
Jesus. Faith of mustard seed.
Faith of mustard seed. Come out of New Orleans and world renowned. I think I'm only a handful of years away. I just want to make iconic movies. I think my like forever. Everything about it.
My kid, like 8-year-old, 14-year-old, that is in a different way, but they know Friday. Quoted, you know this, man, right? They didn't even know that.
Crying the car. Crying the car.
So me and my wife, we be making references to movies because they're generation 17-year-old, like movies like that. So you're talking about people who made historical stuff, even in legendary, but it ended up being
but
so speaking, you just said something cool. You were like, I know I'm gonna do something great. Conversations, working. athletic space, and we work with everybody. You've seen big names, the who's who of the industry, whether that be football, basketball, actors, et cetera, et cetera. Like you from Florida to LA, all over the place. All over. Who has been that one?
I don't know about the crevices, but yeah.
Oh, bro. Who has been one actor at work with? Like, oh my God, like you start one person that's just like, dang, I got to work with dot dot.
That's a good question. First time I realized I was being a fan when I met Kamar.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, see, Kamar was the UFC fighter.
Okay.
Someone adamantly racism and just the way he handled that, he ended up whooping him.
Okay.
I was just like, as soon as I met him, I was just.
So you were able to work with fight to that. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, like I just admired his. He came from Nigeria.
Okay.
He grew up in like Missouri or
Yeah.
and was arrested. Talked down upon. He used his watch UFC out there.
Yeah.
Strategy. And to me, he had a lot of strategy, and then title earned during the interview.
Wow.
So I really, really admired his journey and his story. I'm gonna put something on the table, man. Like first, I want to also reverse the question to you. Well, I've always said if I ever get to meet these two, I'm definitely fanboying out. It's Wayne the. I was a childhood wrestler.
Same.
Yeah, since I was born. I think he's my modern day goat.
Okay. That's fair. All right. So let me. The heart is gonna seem so corny for this, but bro, because I've been on some of these stages and places, with certain. Man, I realize no matter how much money, celebrity, stardom, fame these people have, bro, at the end of the day, I feel like my mission in life is to influence the influence. God word over my life. It's hard to say because people off camera when the lights off, they're just regular. So I at work with Rock Johnson would be super kind of he reminds me of backwood boy, those by way of hard work. So he reminds me of that type of fella. So amazing. Um, I can't even think of one that just stands out among all of them. But I think to answer the question, the Rock, I think you and I have that in common. I think if I had to work with somebody and just sit down and have a conversation, right? Because we turn but if there's a story to be told, I think I would hear from that conversation. I think I would just not for place in my life like wisdom, and I feel like always ordained as a minister. I represent Jesus. Everything. So it's just like somebody who lived in the world, had a call upon their life. He was prophesied over by a lady and his mom, and and he's gone all over that part of the story. All over the world, he's one of the most respected figures in Hollywood, whatever, what have you. Now at the age of 70 something or 70, um, got love. So it's just as a young person in ministry, that's my calling, right? But also production stuff. Like always dropping gems. Highly respected actor or also I'm saying? Like he'll hold it down, like his wife, his marriage, just what he does. You don't see, and I'm sure like, that's a model in our culture. Still, even older, that's just highly respected. So I would like love to hear from him and that wisdom.
It's not just because he made a couple cool movies.
For sure.
The way he's handled stuff, caught up in the Hollywood lifestyle.
Right. That part. That part. He size black. You argue about this every day. No matter what. Lightest skinned dude in every room and super everything. It's interesting. Bro. I never understood that part at all, but we're talking about that today because we be going at it pretty heavy. Yesterday we were arguing a little bit about Spike Lee versus other directors of film. I can't get down with it, but that's my had these conversations. So what's making us I get it. You know, tomato. Hey, check it though. What are some of your hidden talents? They know what we do. That people could only see us on the other side of the camera and group you in just being a producer, a film, a camera guy, director, whatever. Like I don't know about you, but I used to get offended by it. It's okay, all things, right? Because all that I may say life is like ultimately that other people color inside the box of, you know, whatever they think. You know what I'm saying? Christian, whatever, da da da. But my thing is, I am, and I serve call on my life, which is to be a service in the area of production. But I also know that I'm going to be in the space. So, what's some of your hidden talents that people don't know about you? They just think you're just this or just that. What's some drawings?
Um, has to be physical, touching. Okay. Like, what is like my superpower? And without thinking, conscious in the moment, and I actually thought about it for a very long time. I was like, why did I say patience? And when I think about it, it's my journey. My journey hasn't, but I've never tilted or altered my. I understood that like just because that happened today,
Yeah.
without it being, like I would love to get the guitar. The thing, like, I don't have it.
Yeah, that is real super power, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like I think I'm selectively in certain things. Certain things, people, and I'm good for the long power with you, but for certain things I'm just not.
Because like I've been around you for, I think really, especially because I grew up. At any room, have conversations, and of course, but like I like that, and I like in life that as black people need to be influenced by positives, but also regular conversation. Like, and that's what I mean is that you don't always have to be right. You're true to yourself at the same time. That's dope. I just wanted to throw that out at you.
I appreciate that. I mean, now and buzzword is want to be authentic. I'm like, bro, isn't it? Again, I come from the Bible. I come from everything about my life. Christ centered. You know what I'm saying? That's the barometer for all morale and everything that happens in my life. But I want to say this, like, bro, it's funny, authentic. You have to wake up and you have the it is like that. So trying to become losing themselves for the version of my pops, like pops childhood. Well, I'm from Oviedo, Florida. Yo, O Town, what up? Right outside of Orlando. Becoming something now a little bit bigger, but I'm one now. But that much. You see how you did that? This man trash. But when I was a kid, I remember, playing football in the street. That's all we did. Kids came in, whatever, and then for some reason, I wasn't the captain of the team. I didn't get picked. And I just was pouting. I was sitting right? And what up, Christoph? Christoph, my son. What up, boy? Home down there. Homie. Shout out. But my dad, I'm sitting there crying out. What? Like me, whatever little kids do. My dad shouts out to Uncle. He grabbed me. Hey, you're my only son. Bro, don't want best you've ever seen. And so, talking about talking to anybody like there's somebody because everybody's somebody to Jesus, right? To God. I carry that. Like that's why I was like hard to pedestalize a celebrity or something like that because I know at the end of the day, like you have a job to do. Job is hard that makes you really who you are. People identify themselves do not who you are, and sometimes what along said actually are. But my dad at 7 gave because, bro, yeah, we developed. Yeah, at this my life, I've never been this version, but I've always there's a nucleus that I can always come back to that actually know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never getting too far away. You see me walk in the room, spaces and places. Yeah, it's just something that you first idea. First idea. Show life.
Isn't that funny? I got in a severe outside of that bags and I could have taken away, and it's one of the best moments of how I lead my life forward. Mm-hmm. So like I just wanted to say that because there's people out there right now dealing with depression, real depression, and are dealing with, they probably got fired today or lost their relationship. But like you're gonna learn something, grow from that. And you just have to remember that so that way you can progress to the next stage of life.
That's what's up. Why coming Pastor Who? Pastor Who? I like that. This man right here be dropping. Man,
hey, that's kind of believe I grew up.
No, I do believe.
But like grandma, little red candy with. Yeah. When I got a little, I started listening to the word. And
First, you said this is first. I was like, might be my first, and it may be my last.
everybody.
Daniela, what up? Yo, so back speaking of grandma, speaking of legacy and stuff like that, bro. Everybody in our life, at some point in our journey, has had that master buzzword production. How hard you work, you need, right, in this business. The singular person in your life that has encouraged you the most, um, in the most like important time of your life that you can think of. It could be recent, it could be years ago. Like, who's one person that stands out?
I think you just said it, and I don't mean to be egotistic. It's me.
Word.
Because when you start this journey, like most Caribbean parents, they want you to be at the very beginning, and then people just you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I hate to be selfish about it. I've had a lot of parents say, "Hey, you are that guy."
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, the mirror
So, like,
combo is real.
So,
Shouts out
like,
to Mike.
yeah, shouts out, Mike.
For real.
I'm shouting out everybody today. But
That's
no,
what's
for
up.
real, like, I think it starts with that little voice
Mhm.
that says,
Yeah.
"Go play a game,"
Yeah.
and then when you come back, it's like, then of course I think you allow other people.
It's funny, like, go into a different space with that, right? Because people thought a couple years ago, I don't know how long ago it was to be like exact, but Dog, and he was like, I want to thank this person, thank that person, thank this person. And he goes, last but not least, right? And everybody's like, oh, he's yeah, for not giving up. He's like, I was the only person. I'm not primary. I know everything I have, everything accomplished is by the God made it, and I'm being transformed. You feel me? So I'm not playing lesser life just to show how humble I am. That actually, but I also know this is that you start to see that kind of thing. You say, more people need to talk to themselves, by the way. I believe that mirror conversation is probably the realest conversation that a person will ever have. Because, again, the guy who, Papa Woody, Bishop Woody, shouts out to him. I will be, right? So it really to you, others about what I say to myself about my. Whenever you read a book, like reading two, but the book of another author, you don't hear their voice. You actually hear your voice. But they say exactly become exactly. So it's important that, and I feel like that's a dope thing to say to themselves. And real quick, I'm just gonna take it. So some people want depression, going through earlier, like lost a relationship, lost a job, whatever. Your conversation. Sometimes only hear it. But no, I will say that I'll come alongside that voice and be like, man, listen, that lives in you, that lives in the world. Greater is He, God, that lives in Andrew and Reese and everybody watching and listening that lives in this world. Sometimes the world's outer voice speak louder than your voice. When that happens in your life, the compromise zone, the zone where it's not going to be something about compromise, what's quick, what's. And I feel kind of like, bro, which is time out and display. And then you're like, now that you actually talk to yourself, you appreciate yourself, which puts you not to all the world. Listen, validation. If you yourself, you don't have to look for it outside.
I think sometimes those the other people,
right?
allow them in, especially this generation, devices.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Right.
you know,
Like,
correct.
bro.
That's the hardest battle because we want to be loved.
Yeah.
One of my biggest, they call them again,
Right. Right.
women love.
That's crazy. I love it, but it's crazy to me because at 7, I was told that I'm worth love, right? And even like I didn't play well that day. I probably didn't perform. You're a kid. Who cares? I probably missed the ball, and somebody, my big brother, them yelled at me, and cousins was like, "Man, go sit down, you scrub." Shit, you know. But I was like, oh, and I was in self-loathing. My dad came along, like, I don't the best life. I'm leading with arrogance. Somebody, it's kind of like the point is like, man, like you saying something like going into this year. How is it that amount of years old and you're like, this year I'm loving myself for real. Like I'm learning to love myself.
You tend to always think you have to do for, you know.
Correct.
Like, you were finished to it. Your fault. So
Yeah.
like, I just feel we have this, but like,
Right? So this is why the provision is one thing. Man, God, I'm not that guy to be like, oh, you ain't got the God. Like, watch it, man. They might have. You're not the sole quote unquote monetary provider of your household. So that's the, like so. We're talking about image. We're talking about identity, right? So many people build their image and identity on place of provision. What you are, your right. Oh, you're not opposed to what you do. You've been became what you needed to become in a season or a time in order to get right. We call that the ground.
yeah.
Like some of the smartest, most innovative people on the planet are they had to become something in order to survive. But I'm here to say I've learned that there's another side of life that's outside where the hustle and ingenuity and it's on hustle, right? Goes get into purpose. Like, bro, purpose is why. Purpose is why. What we're giving it called voice and sound, and it amplifies what else. So going back to your statement, because I can't get away from that, is loving myself for real. The purpose of you are love yourself. And then, hold on, Bible, love as you love yourself. So if who don't love who? The right way. How do you
End up with that same.
so
We're talking a lot. 2024. That time you teach yourself. Like, no matter what happens, you gotta love yourself, right? So that way you can then treat everyone else for people.
I love that too. Oh man, I don't even know. We came on here to check a microphone and have a conversation. Real gems. It's
Well,
like,
everybody think I'm quiet, but I think I'm full of gems.
oh no, 100%.
Try to get to know me is actually good. Figure that out.
Right? So
You gotta give everybody, but
I mean, people like the glitzy.
perfect.
Well, let's talk to that for a second. Why do you think don't really know people. People don't that is patience to learn.
Well, I do appreciate, and I'm one of those people who actually appreciate aging, in the sense of like knowledge, like looks, because I like to look older,
Right.
but like in the sense, I remember all that really popped off, and like just being around and seeing like my older how they have getting
Yeah.
things. And I think like we live in. What can you give me if I got to go?
Yeah.
I don't really, but like at the same time, that's how they are. I just as well. All of you, but also at the same time, I think that most people just live in a very fast-paced life right now.
Yeah.
And they,
You know, the problem is fast. Wherever you're trying to go, and you get there fast. Right? So the journey is the point. You learn that if you live by faith, accomplishing visions, like you live that time.
you know, this happened to me. I was something outside. Put on my face. It's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I take the time to appreciate nature.
Right.
I mean, because I remember dealing with the sun all day.
Yeah.
But like as an adult,
Right.
sunlight.
Right.
So like a moment like that, it's like that's how I try to slow down the day.
Yeah.
Try to take a moment to myself and say, what is happening right now? What's that sound over there? Like, I ain't trying to go into nature, huh?
Right. Right. You love it. You sound like you borderline tree
I do
hugger.
other things with trees.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this is like my I don't know what this is called, but this boy right here is out of control. I love it. I love it. But let me hit you with this, bro, because you know I stay ready, right? So I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire real talk. Okay? Fire real talk. All right, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Your brain, people. Who are you? Who are you? All right, here we go. You own a private jet? Yacht. Talk. LeBron shoes, Jordans or Yeezys? Who will win the next championship first, Miami Dolphins or Miami Heat?
The New York Giants.
That was question, sir. All right, Miami Heat. Vacation, Caribbean or snow?
Caribbean.
Okay.
I can live in the snow.
Facts. It's in the blood. It's in the on his arm. All right, date night. Date night or guys night?
Date night.
Who would you the hero or the villain?
What would you?
All right. And what would you rather be, rich?
Rich. I don't need my face out there like that.
Live. All right. I was just about to ask you. Of course, you would say that, but I was about to ask you. One sit down for 1 hour with Malcolm or Martin. All right. Celebrity. Glorilla, or Meg Thee Stallion. Just one day.
Let's say
All right. Model X.
67 Chevy.
Dang.
Box.
Greatest of all time, Biggie or Pop?
There's no like line of like.
Not at all. Pick one.
Fuck.
Bench one, start one, cut one. Tyreek Hill, Odell, Brandon Marshall.
Who's it? Bench.
Tyreek, Odell.
I would say start Odell.
Okay. Oh, just because. All right.
So like I know I have an advantage. Gotta cut it.
Cut the cheetah? Oh, that's biased.
I mean, Brandon was
I was,
third, man. Like I want someone who's gonna come in there and really handle it. But like Tyreek, if he ain't got the
all right, bet. Cut one. Speaking of quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Jalen. No. Lamar Jackson, Pat Allen just won it.
are starting.
Why? Never mind.
This you just gave me. The first one was hard. Gosh,
Happy T.
yeah. Josh Allen is a beast. Everything just.
Wow. All right. Last question. This is Get to Know Who podcast. Biggest game in sports in 2025 happening in Nolans, not New Orleans, Nolans.
Nolan.
A lot of our constituents, comrades, partners, teammates are on the ground in New Orleans. I am Athlete Channel, doing work there. Caleb Nicole, Brandon, Guy, Shelly, Stephanie, gang of our folks on the ground doing work. On W, we have Jalen Hurts, we have gentlemen, I can't do that. I'm not having this conversation.
It's gonna be Jalen.
It's like it's going.
I think the loss before taught him a lot, and I think, unfortunately, the only thing that can stop him, I think, is going to be the ref. I hate to say it, man. Like I hate when refs just become too one-sided, but like, have you seen these replays? I don't know if it's in the script, but like guys, they don't want to, and I think that just makes the game the same thing.
Trash.
I think we just need to box somebody across the field, but comes favoritism. Saquon, same division, but still, as a Giants fan,
What was hurt?
and yeah, I was because he did the greatest this year, man.
So you shot now though, but would you, if he wins the chip versus the New York Football Giants, would you burn that Saquon Giant jersey?
Because to me, he's always going to be a Giant. Maybe for 6 or 7 career.
Gotcha.
I know. Been there.
So, all right, bro. Hey, man. It's been a long time live, so I have with a lot of stuff. Jesus, dropping gems, love yourself. We talked about the weekend game. We talked about future self versus past self. We dropped some stuff over here, man. I like this. I like talking to you, bro. Full of wisdom.
Silent assassin.
On the side. I have a hundred behind the cameras too, y'all.
Yeah.
It ain't just the ones in front that got something to say. I'm you're only date night on Jackson. That's Hollywood's girl. Hollywood. Hollywood might not even know you. I didn't know you, so we don't know. Speaking of Hollywood, he called me. Bring my phone. Nah.
Okay.
Negative. This is not an add-on. This is not an add-on. He's out there reporting live from, you know. He don't go all. What's your name? Don Lemon. Right?
Yeah.
He's gonna go Don Lemon on us. We don't want that. Anyways, man, we just wanted to check these. I hope y'all. Yes, I think we should do more. I think we should.
Or already.
Next episode, next podcast, we're gonna talk about why light skinned dudes think that they're so dark.
I mean, it's a great question. Great question. I don't know what happens to us, but like at the end of the day, I think we just back the community, man. And,
Right.
And too many of our brothers out here bunny hopping.
Oh my
Just
god.
saying.
Cut his mic, folks. Cut his
Get back
mic.
to the community.
I love who you love. Love not discriminate. Where we disagree.
I agree with you.
Bruh,
I think that this
bruh. You know what it's called?
Shout out James, like one. Just saying.
Unbelievable. All right. You guys, logging
Love
on.
you guys.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna talk to the people.
Let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all.
Hey man, Bill podcast, man. Episode 1. We just trying stuff, man. Let us know if y'all like it. Drop something, say something, share something. Fire if you like it.